We're all searching for it, that feeling of peace. But what does it actually take to find it? It turns out it's so much more than just quiet. It's this deep state of being. And in this explainer, we're going to dive into some incredible, timeless wisdom that might just completely change how you see the path to finding true calm. Okay, so our very first piece of wisdom is this powerful Kenyan proverb. And right away, it challenges this idea a lot of us have that peace is just this passive default state we're supposed to fall into. Nope. This proverb frames peace as something really valuable, like an asset, something you have to actively invest in, work for, and protect. And that expense, well, it's not just about money, is it? Think about the emotional cost of letting go of a grudge, or the energy it takes to finally set some firm boundaries, or maybe the courage you need to face a difficult truth about yourself. This wisdom is telling us that whatever that price is, the return on your investment, that real inner calm, is always, always worth it. So where do we even begin this important work? Well, this next piece of wisdom completely shifts our focus. It suggests that maybe we've been looking for the source of our conflict in all the wrong places, that the real battle, it isn't out there in the world. It's actually a lot closer to home. This is such a revolutionary idea. Just think about it. It's saying that our internal state, the self-doubt, the insecurities, all that inner turmoil, that's what gives external challenges their power over us. Basically, if you can find harmony inside yourself, the chaos of the outside world starts to lose its grip on you. It can't really harm you. Let's break this down. So over there on the left, you got the enemy within. This is all our internal stuff, right? Our personal battles. Then on the right, the enemy outside. Things like difficult people, unexpected setbacks, criticism. The core idea here is that if you can conquer the stuff in the left column, you basically disarm everything on the right. The external problems might still pop up, but they just lose their power to mess with your peace. So the most important takeaway here is this. The journey to peace is an inside job. It's not really about changing the world around you. It's about changing the world within you. And that realization, well, that's the key that unlocks everything else we're going to talk about. All right, so now that we know where to look for peace, we kind of need to redefine what it actually is. I think a lot of us think of peace as just, the absence of noise or problems. But this wisdom says it's something way more real, way more substantial than that. This definition from Martin Luther King Jr. is absolutely crucial. It tells us that true peace isn't just an empty space that's left over when the conflict is gone. It's a positive presence. It's the active work of building fairness and balance and wholeness in our lives. It's something we have to constantly create and maintain. This just says it perfectly. You don't wait for the storm to pass to find peace. You learn how to be calm inside the storm. Peace becomes an action, a choice, something you practice every single day. So the big question is, how do we start doing peace? Well, it seems to work on two levels. It can start with something super simple, an action in the present moment, something as small as a smile. But it also needs that bigger picture, conscious preparation and real intention for the long haul. So it's both, right? These small mindful actions combined with a larger dedicated effort to cultivate it. Okay, so we've established that peace is this valuable internal and active pursuit. So for our final section, let's get practical. Let's focus on the how. What's the wisdom we can use to actually start cultivating that inner calm for ourselves? This brings us to the power of stillness. We live in a world that is just constantly screaming for our attention. Intentionally carving out quiet moments lets us hear what actually matters, our own intuition, that inner voice, all those little signals we usually miss in all the noise. And building on that, this proverb reminds us that silence isn't empty. It's actually full of meaning. Sometimes the most profound, most peaceful communication happens without a single word being said. It's all about learning to listen to that silence, both around us and, more importantly, inside of us. And this is such a critical distinction. We often think that finding peace means we have to have all the answers. We have to solve every single problem, which is, impossible. But what if it's simpler than that? What if it's less about having the answers and more about just being present with your own unique song? Just think about how freeing this idea is. Your peace doesn't depend on having your life perfectly figured out. It comes from simply expressing your authentic self right here, in this moment. From singing your own song, whatever that may be, it shifts the whole focus from knowing to simply being.
So, when we put all these incredible ideas together, investing in our own calm, winning that inner battle, expressing our true selves, what's the final destination? The goal isn't perfection, it's wholeness. It's about bringing all the scattered parts of yourself together into one unified whole.
And this is just the perfect summary of this whole journey, isn't it? The work of finding peace is the work of bringing all those scattered parts of yourself together. It's about moving from a state of being in pieces to being fully integrated and finally at peace. So, as we wrap this up, let's bring it all back to you right now. The journey to peace doesn't have to start with some monumental act. It could be 5 minutes of quiet. It could be offering a smile to a stranger, or the simple choice to let go of one tiny resentment. Based on everything we've explored, what is one small, deliberate step you can take toward your own wholeness today?